The New Mexico State Aggies are coming off of a game against Arkansas State and now travel to Monroe, Louisiana this Saturday for a game against Louisiana Monroe. That game will kick off at 2 p.m. Central Time in Monroe, Louisiana. Coach Martin, before we get to questions, please give us your thoughts on last week's game against Arkansas State and the upcoming game against Louisiana Monroe.
Okay, yeah, thanks, Randy. Yeah, Arkansas State's a really good football team, and obviously, going to be Sun Belt champions, and deservedly so. Played very well against us. Disappointed that we didn't take care of the ball as well as we have all year. We've been really good at taking care of the football and not turning it over. And we had 4 turnovers Saturday, which has been uncharacteristic of us this year. Thought our quarterbacks didn't play as well as what we have, and still struggling a little bit on defense against a really good Arkansas State offense. So that kind of was what it was. And this week going to Monroe, this is a huge football game for our team and our program. We have a chance to finish 4-4 in the conference. That's a huge step forward for us from where we've been, and our talent level is continuing to rise. And this is a must-win for us as far as moving our program together and showing something positive. We could win 4 out of our last 5 here, which would spring us into recruiting and into next year with some real positive feelings about our football program.
Thank you, Coach. As a reminder to our members of the media, please press *1 at this time to get in the queue to ask questions. Coach, last Saturday was senior day, and one of the seniors honored was Jordan Bergstrom, who went off in the game for 2 touchdowns and 110 receiving yards. What was the key to his performance on Saturday?
Yeah, I think Jordan has been a consistent player for us most of his career. He's not the fastest guy, but he's a really good role player and steady on the outside. He's got excellent hands. Always been a guy that competes really hard. And we're losing a couple of seniors. We don't have very many seniors playing, but Andy Cunningham, offensive lineman for us, has been a really good player. Josh Bowen's been a really good wide receiver for us, and so we'll certainly miss those guys.
And on Saturday, you had 2 quarterbacks play with Andrew and Nick both getting some playing time. What was really the purpose of it? Was it more the game flow, or was it to get both of them experience against Arkansas State?
Yeah, actually, Andrew tweaked his knee again. He had an MCL injury in the Idaho game that he had just come back from, and tweaked it again, so we had to take him out. I think he's going to be ready to go this week, but still a little bit sore today, so we'll have to see how that goes as the week goes on.
And speaking of Andrew, he's gotten a lot of national attention for his play. Last game against the Louisiana Lafayette game. I mean, how has he handled all the attention that he's gotten for his, remarkable story from that game?
Yeah, I think he's handled the whole situation really well, Randy. I thought he really represented New Mexico State in the Sun Belt Conference very well in his Sports Center interviews, and he's a very humble kid. He's a very team-oriented guy, and I think the team rallying around him has been a great support for him, and he's really doing well.
And, Coach, again, Larry Rose III had his 7th 100-yard rushing game of the season on Saturday. I mean, against an Arkansas State defense that's very, very solid up front. How big was that for him to get that on Saturday?
Yeah, I mean, he's Mr. Consistency. You know what you're going to get every week from Larry. And he was a little banged up going into this game. I think he'll be much more healthy this week at Monroe. But he stepped up and made plays for us, and has just had a tremendous year. I don't know if anybody has had a better year in the Sun Belt Conference than Larry Rose.
And finally, Coach, it's Louisiana Monroe this week on the road. What's really the key to stopping the Warhawks?
Well, I think for us, again, it comes down to the turnover margin. We're still very good in the turnover margin at +2. Our offense has got to take care of the ball. We can't give them a short field and add any points to this, and we've got to find a way to score. Larry, we need to get Larry Rose off to a good start, make sure that we can run the ball effectively.
All right, Coach, looks like that's all the questions we have for today. We appreciate your time.
Okay, guys, thanks.